Okay, welcome back everyone. Let's get right into the stock market technical analysis. We're going to go ahead and go through the charts, show you guys what I'm seeing. Hopefully you're profiting today, and that's what this channel is all about, is finding profitable trade ideas. No guarantees I'll be right on every single trade. I'm going to get some of them wrong. That's just the nature of it all. But we're going to use the charts to be, to have higher probabilities. So if you guys find value in the content, if you're interested in the stock market, looking for trade ideas, looking for, to enhance your skill set when it comes to stock market trading, investing, all that, then hit subscribe. I think that's, the first thing you can do. But again, I do also have a private member group. It's priced at $5 a month, so it's $60 a year. I'm, at the end of the day, I'm putting people on, giving people trade ideas in there that hopefully they're cashing. I know they cash for me. I can't say the same for everyone, but should easily pay for the membership. And then there's also a stock market technical analysis course. I talk about it every day. I got to do just a little spiel on it every day. But again, several videos, multiple concepts. You piece them all together and you have a trading strategy and a trading plan. That's what that course is all about. It's not about day trading. It's not about getting rich quick. None of that. It's about breaking each individual concept into a simple, easy to understand idea, and then putting it all back together so you have a plan when it comes to the stock market and trading and charts and all that. Link in the description for both of those products if you're interested. They're both priced affordable and both accessible pretty much to the masses. So check that out. All right, let's get into the charts. We're going to start with NASDAQ futures, and I'll go into the tech sector. We'll look at the SPY, maybe a few other things, and then we'll wrap up. All right, so NASDAQ futures. This is an hourly chart. You can see on the hourly chart, I've been talking about the negative divergence on the both momentum indicators. We've got this bearish, it's a bearish rising wedge. It is, was tightening as we went higher, looking for the sell signal on the breakdown, and there it is. All right, so that is a sell signal on the NASDAQ, all right, at least in the futures. Now, as of right now, it looks like it's kind of flagging out. There's a little bit of support. Kind of mark it out right in here somewhere, just minor support as far as I can tell. So it's flagging out, and I think we're going to continue down. So mark the flag out. There's your flag pole. Your flag is something like this. You don't have to get super acute, but then you drop it down like that, and it's setting us up for a move, and that would be my target. Tighten it up, and it would be about 11,300. All right, in the NASDAQ futures, for the projected target of this move down. So that's it. That's all I see. All right, we're looking for that to go lower. Let's go over to the triple Qs. Again, tech ETF. Same kind of look. You've got negative divergence on the hourly charts, on the momentum indicators. You've got a bearish rising wedge. You've got a sell signal. Again, was in the private group this morning pointing out the sell signal, saying there it is, guys. So I'm usually pretty on it when it comes to, the timing on trade triggers in that private group. Within there, I'm able to communicate a lot quicker. So again, it's there for your use. If you want to try it out for a month, it's $5. All right, so we got a bear flag going on. I think it's something like this, and then you kind of flag it out. And I would say it's, this flag is projecting us down to this 270, 258. Another projection, you take the widest part of the wedge, which is right here. It's not a very wide wedge, and you kind of mark that out. And it's getting us in, again, these are the projected targets. So, at the end of the day, I would put good probability we're going to get down to this 275.50 zone, 275, somewhere right in there. We might undercut it and head down to this 272.80. I don't know if we're going to get down to the lower limit, which is about 270. I'm not exactly sure. Not as confident on that one, but definitely a lot more confident on this 275. And again, now's not the time to be shorting, though. I talked about, again, you want to short either at resistance or a break of trend. And, the break of trend came this morning up here around this 281.34. It's already down 1%. On that short with another percent or so to go to that first target. So it's already about halfway. The risk reward ratio isn't great for taking new shorts. So if you find yourself chasing trades and just following the momentum and following the price action, I would suggest checking out my course. The course is designed to help you discover really when to, so that you're not chasing just price. You're happy when the market goes up or sad when it goes down. You don't want to be that way. You want to be predicting the price action based on the momentum indicators, based on what you see in the charts. That's what that course teaches. So check that out. All right, so 275, we're still looking for that. I think we get it today. No, probably tomorrow. Probably, maybe gap down at that, but not today. Okay, so that's the NASDAQ futures. Let's go ahead and look at the SPY. Here's the ES. This one I don't have marked out, but basically you can see, we don't want those, the fibs. This one, mark it out right about something like that. This one wasn't as clean and clear, so I probably why I didn't have it marked out. But we'll just say we'll go with that one right there. Not the best trend line. Okay, so some sort of upward price channel. Negative divergence was, kind of the key tell, at least for me, that, okay, we're going to break down soon. And there's your breakdown / sell signal. Okay, and that just, looks like it's heading lower. There's some support just right down here at about, looks to be right in here at about 389, 3,900 we'll call it. All right, 3,900. SPY, there's your S&P 500. Again, bearish rising wedge pattern. All right, negative divergence and the sell signal and breakdown. This one actually broke yesterday and just gapped up today, but it was still, clear rejection and sell signal on that candle. So that sets us up for lower prices. In the short term, I think we're probably heading down to this. There's kind of two levels I see. One is about 390. All right, if I roll out, it's right about here. But much better support, and you can see right down here at about 38, it's about 387. There we had multiple reactions. 1, 2, there was a gap right here, so that's a reaction. And we also had a reaction right there as we held support. So multiple reactions right there. I would say that's a very good target. It's good support. So if we get down there, the buyer should be down there. All right, so that's what I have on the SPY. All right, trade idea, new trade idea here. EMR. Now, yesterday it had a big breakdown, but there was one thing that I just did not like about it. So here's what I've got. Now I like it more as a short idea. All right, so the bigger picture, we've been trading sideways for quite a while. Yesterday it broke this support line, but where it closed is what kind of kept me guessing and really didn't want to put it out on the channel just where it was at on the close. Big breakdown, so that's definitely it was a gap down and a big sell down. Closing right here on this trend line. That trend line as I roll out is former, that's, kind of a trend line. It was former resistance. We broke above that resistance, but all this price action up here, negative divergence on the daily chart. So this is a bear trap. All right. All these people up here who thought it was a breakout, it's now failed and they're all underwater and it's a bear trap. So basically, we are selling down 200-day underneath. We're probably going to hold in this area and consolidate for a little while. But the bottom line is we have now triggered that bear trap. We're back below that trend line. So that's what I was waiting for, is to get back below this trend line, because we could have just held here and then bounced. And so I wanted to see us break down. But we do, more selling today. It's confirming that this breakdown was a bear trap. So at this point, on this one, it would be sell the rip. So rallies into resistance is really where I'd be looking to short. I'm not short it right now. It's come down quite a bit in a few days. So, from the gap down to there, it's down 8.5% in just 2 days. So I'd be looking probably for it to bounce off the 200 and rally back to this trend line about 91.50 or so. And then that's a good objective area to short at if you get that as an opportunity, something like that. And then down it goes. Okay, so that's what I would be looking for, and probably going to make lower lows. All right, on this one. This is probably a swing trade setup for sure. FSLR, I have a starter short position. It's not, I'm looking to add a little bit more on this one. I can make a case for a very a good short on this one. One, if I go to the daily chart, I've got negative divergence that's been building for quite a while. I mean, it's, really going back into last year, of the fall of last year, negative divergence. Each one of these new highs has been a divergent high on the momentum indicators. So that's the daily chart. 2, we broke daily trend here. I could maybe mark out something like this. You could probably mark this trend line out. I got to clean that up, but if you mark that one out right there, that would be a potential longer term sell signal. You get a break of that, and right now that's about 154. Then that's likely going to bring us down to fill this gap all the way down here at 77.33. Okay, so on the daily chart, big negative divergence. If I go to the hourly chart, just the shorter time frame, we were marching up this this trend line here, building negative divergence on the hourly near the highs, and we broke trend. Okay, we broke, back tested, and then started to roll over. Now resistance should, it should sell down at resistance, and we're there now. Resistance 177.35. You can see on the hourly chart, resistance kind of held there, held support there for a while, and we're right back there. So that's where we should get, rejected. Also a potential, and this is just the hourly chart, but head and shoulders, there's a shoulder, there's the head, and there's a potential shoulder. So again, I think we're heading lower, probably down to 171.15 as support. You take that out, and it, likely going to be quite a bit lower. All right, so we got support down here at 162.26. So that would be my short-term target for now. Okay, and if you guys want any other, trade ideas, join up in the private member group. I'm trying to push them out there as often as I can. So, triple Qs. Let's talk longer term, because the one thing we've got to keep in mind is we are in a bear market. So, that is the major trend. We need to stick with that trend until it's proven otherwise. And as of right now, there's no change in that trend. So if I look at the daily chart on triple Qs, your tech sector, and we'll go over to the SPY, you can see here's the start of the bear market back in December of 21. Resistance, little overshoot right there, but still reaction. Got another reaction here, and sure enough, perfect tag of that trend line right there today, and that's why we're getting this this rejection here. So if we're going to continue the bear market and especially continue this downward trend, then that means that we're likely set up to potentially make new lows. Okay, the most recent lows, you can see they really held that support multiple times here at about 260. So that's a big level right now. You have three tests, individual tests, the cluster here, cluster here, cluster here, where it did hold. So if you get back down there, it's going to be a fourth test. Eventually, the more times you test support, the more times, the higher the probability it's going to break. And if we break, I would say very good opportunity that we are going to flush down to about that 238, 240 area on triple Qs. That's your pre-COVID highs. All right. And that would be my level of support, my next level of support. So we take it day by day. There's really no telling whether this is, we're just going to get a little correction and then maybe another leg higher, or whether this is the start of the next leg lower. I have no way of really telling that right now. I do know we are at resistance. We are getting the pullback as expected, as the divergences, and I've talked about those outlined. But how far the pullback goes, I don't know. So we need to just, we'll look to see how things react as we start hitting some of these support levels. Oftentimes you can kind of gauge the market on how the price action appears when you start hitting support levels, or even if it holds the support at all. If you just slice right through support, that's a tell. So we'll look at that. All right. And then the SPY longer term, if we go to the daily chart here, again, bigger picture, your bear market started back here in January, and you can see resistance, January of last year, resistance, there's a reaction, and sure enough, didn't quite get there. They sold it a little early. All right, so that makes sense. All eyes are on a level, and that level's very obvious to all now. I mean, at this point, we should be getting close to the end of this kind of leg down. I can see us flushing down really hard. That's obviously a complete possibility, but it's so obvious now that we're in a bear market that most people are bearish. Most people are scared of the market. We haven't seen that capitulatory selling, so I'm still looking for that, which means there could be, some more selling, but it's not, again, I started shorting the market back in January of 2022 when it was not obvious. And you go back and read my comments from back then, and you know, everybody was bullish, at least retail for the most part. All right, as a short seller, if you're shorting something and looking for the market to go down, you want to be part of the minority. You do not want to be part of the herd. Right now, I think there's definitely more of a herd mentality that is bearish. So, all right, but we'll just watch it day by day. We're getting rejected. We have not broken that longer term downtrend line. So until that changes, we are in a bear market, and that's it. We just play it as such. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap it up here. Drop me a thumbs up on your way out. Leave a comment. Leave a stock pick if you want me to browse through the comments. I do take a look at some of those charts, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Bye.